Well, hello, hello, hello. It is your girl. This is Alviana Brewster. Welcome on this fine Monday. Okay, I know y'all in the office working and everything, as I am, but I got some news for you. If you are new in our community, I want to say thank you and welcome to you. I'm Alviana, the owner of Black Nurse Entrepreneurs, which just happens to be the premier networking organization for Black nurses who are interested in launching, building, and growing their entrepreneurial endeavors worldwide. Now, listen, you guys know, maybe you don't, maybe you do, I don't know, but I just got off this amazing conference event extravaganza down in Atlanta, Georgia with TSP. And while I was there, I had the privilege and the honor of meeting Andy Enriquez. Now, if you don't know this brother, then you're going to have to get to know him, okay? He did an amazing, a very nice, just this awesome masterclass and workshop with us. And he's all about storytelling, and storytelling is his thing. He wants us to be able to not only storytell, but do it strategically. And that was one of the amazing things that I learned throughout his masterclass. And so I had the opportunity to sit down with the brother, chop it up a little bit, get to know him, and just really learn some really important things that I hope that you guys will take away. Okay. So I'm going to grab him here in just a second and I'm going to bring him up to the stage. But one of the reasons why I think it is very important for us to do storytelling is simply because we need to be able to formulate our story, right? And we don't want to be that salesy type of person, always trying to sell people stuff, always trying to push people. And, we always think that whatever product or service we have is the thing, right? Like we know best, we know who should get our services and stuff. But the way Andy presents it is he presents it in a way where you feel comfortable and confident just to tell your story, and then people will naturally be attracted to you. They are naturally interested in what you are doing just by the story that you're saying. And if you think about it like this: your story seems to attract people, and then they will remember you. Like they're not going to necessarily maybe remember the product or the service, but they will remember the story that you've told. That's what he told me. Okay. And I'm gonna drop another gem that he said. This is super important right here. Andy said, tell your story and always keep telling your story over and over and over again. And one thing he did that I think was absolutely phenomenal, he said, everybody loves that hit. That hit record, everybody loves it and everybody will listen to it over and over again. So I gotta go grab him. I think that Jewel, I hope you caught it. If you caught it, I want you to drop it in the comments, okay? But I gotta grab him because you just gotta hear what he has to say, okay? So give me a second. Let me go grab my new friend, and I want him to introduce himself, and he's got something that he wants to share with you. So hold on just a second. Hi, Mr. Andy. How are you today?
Hey, what's going on, Alviana? I am doing fantastic. And let me tell you something, I'm just sort of like excited to be hanging out with you and all of these amazing nurses that are also entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs. We just came off of an amazing couple of days. You and I are both in a mastermind. And what I appreciate about you is that you believe in investing in yourself. You put yourself in that environment, and you've also curated this amazing community. And so I'm excited, hoping I can create some value today. Also, share something pretty exciting that I have going on this week and be able to invite the community out. And I do understand that for some of you, this is like your first opportunity to ever hear from me. Maybe this is your first time hearing from me. Maybe some of you, maybe you have had an opportunity to hear from me. You've seen one of my ads, or I spoke before and you were in the audience where I was speaking. But for those of you that's your first time connecting with me, I just want to share just a little teeny bit about myself before we go ahead and dive in. So my parents are originally from the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. My parents are from Haiti. And growing up as a kid, my mom told me the key to success in her Haitian accent, she said, NZ, baby, the key to success is you have to go to school, you have to get a good job, and you have to get a good education. And so do me a favor right now, drop it in the chat. Regardless if you're Caribbean or not, if you heard that the key to success was go to school, get a good education, and get a good job, put yes, drop it in the chat. And so listen, I followed the script. I went to school at Florida State University. I got my undergraduate degree in accounting. I studied like crazy, and I actually graduated summa cum laude. I ended up staying an additional year. I got my master's degree in corporate accounting. And while I was in the master's program, I decided to study for the CPA exam. I took the CPA exam, passed it, and then I landed a job with one of the big four public accounting firms, company by the name of PricewaterhouseCoopers. But I want y'all to help me to understand something. Why is it that I followed the script? I did everything that my well-intended mother told me to do: go to school, get a good education, get a good job. And I landed a job with one of the big four public accounting firms, the company by the name of PricewaterhouseCoopers. But yet and still, I was miserable.
Yep.
I'm working with this amazing company, Aviana, and I'm telling y'all, right? Black nurses here. Listen, I'm working with this amazing company. I got every reason to do well, but yet and still, there's a part of me that's saying there's got to be more than this. And if you have ever been at that place in your life where, whether it was in your nursing career, whether it's in a relationship, or whether it's at any phase in your life, if you've ever been at a place in your life where you said there has got to be more than this, do me a favor right now, drop it in the chat, put me, like if you have been there before. I'll be honest, like me, right? And so let me tell you something. For about a year and a half, I thought about becoming an entrepreneur, like many of you, or those of you that are aspiring to. I thought about taking a chance on myself, becoming a speaker and becoming a coach. And for a year and a half, here's what I did. I talked myself into it, and then I would talk myself right back out of it. And I just want to make sure I'm not the only one. But how many of you ever had something that you wanted to do? Nobody had to talk you out of it. You talked yourself into it, and then you talked yourself right back out of it. You talked yourself into starting the business, and then you talked yourself out of it. You talked yourself into writing the book, and then you talked yourself out of it. You talked yourself into raising your prices, going to the next level, doing that thing that you want to do, and no one had to talk you out of it. You talked yourself in, and then you talked yourself right back out. If you have ever done that in your life, do me a favor right now. Jump right now. Put me too. And I tell you this, after a year and a half of really just self-agonizing and trying to make the decision, I finally decided to take a leap of faith in December of 2004. I'm taking y'all way back. And I finally decided to turn in my letter of resignation to the head of HR. Her name was Tammy Klein. And I tell you, for me, that was a defining moment. Kevin Costner, in one of his movies, he has a line that I love. He said, when the defining moment comes, either you define the moment or the moment defines you. Either you define the moment, you decide that you're going to level up, that you're going to get the additional coaching, that you're finally going to push towards your goals and your dreams and the things that you want to make happen, or the moment defines you and you decide to play it safe and you decide to play it soft. And I tell you, something amazing happened December of 2004. I left corporate America. Now, I wish I could tell you I had a game plan. I knew I was going to do it. But I at least knew, Alviona, I knew that I needed to get a coach. I knew I needed to get some assistance. And that's when I had the luxury of reaching out to one of the top 5 speakers on the planet, a gentleman by the name of Les Brown. And one of the things that I learned from Les Brown was the ability to be able to share and craft and tell my stories. And over the years of working and developing that craft, I was able to really be able to build a coaching business, build an entrepreneur business. I was blessed and fortunate enough to be able to build a 7-figure business. I've been fortunate enough to speak for companies like Bacardi, Office Depot, Accenture, Pratt & Whitney, Google, right? I've had the opportunity to be in national publications, and I share all that with you, not to impress you, but to impress upon you that it was all because I made a decision to work on and develop my message and to learn how to be able to share and craft my story. And so one of the reasons why I'm here today is to maybe just help you to start thinking a little bit differently about the approach that you're having as an entrepreneur or as an aspiring entrepreneur. And I want to get you to start thinking a little bit differently as far as what it is that you're doing currently to be able to attract your ideal customer and client. What is that you're doing currently to be able to get the people that you want to do business with to know that you're the person that they should be doing business with? So here's what I want you to do real quickly. If you got a notepad, you got a pen, you got something to write with, I want to drop a couple of quick gems, and then I want to share something really exciting with you because this is the week of my Unleash Your Story challenge. Like, this could not be happening at a better time, because starting tomorrow, I'm doing my free Unleash Your Story challenge, where specifically I'm helping entrepreneurs to be able to figure out, number one, how to position their story so that they can grow and scale their business or launch their business, and really what is the right story for them to be able to do it, and then how to be able to turn their story into a client attraction machine, how to turn their story into a money magnet. So we'll be talking about that. And of course, we'll make sure we drop the link. By the way, the challenge is free. And of course, though, if you want to get the absolute best out of the challenge, you want to make sure that you join me at the VIP level. The VIP level is, by the way, only $97. But as a VIP, you're going to be in the private VIP sessions with me, where I'm going to be able to answer your questions, Q&A. As a VIP, you're going to be able to participate in a bonus day 4 masterclass, where I'll be doing hot seats. I'm going to pull people out of the audience, pull your story out real time. And then in addition to that, do a remix of your story so that you can see the power of your story. Also, as a VIP, you're going to get access to all the recordings. And then also as a VIP, you are also going to get access to my Ultimate Storytelling Blueprint. This is really the same framework that I used in one of my stories that I shared, that right now on Facebook has 5.9 million views. I'm going to say that again. I have a video of where I share a story about my mom. And right now on Facebook, Goldcast, the company named Goldcast, featured that story. And right now that video has 5.9 million views. And I'm giving you the same framework, right? The same structure framework that I use for that story. And it's the same structure that I've used to deliver messages for companies like Bacardi, Office Depot, Pratt & Whitney, Accenture, NASA, right? I'm going to be sharing that with you. So not only do you want to join me for the free Unleash Your Story challenge, but if you are joining us, just go ahead and join us at the VIP level. So hopefully you got a pen, you got a notepad to write with real quick. So here's what I got to say to the Black nurse entrepreneurs in the building, because we want to help you to up-level the game. Number one mistake that so many of us make as entrepreneurs is this, that we have a tendency to put what I like to call the cart in front of the horse. I'm going to repeat that for you one more time. We oftentimes end up putting the cart in front of the horse. Well, you say, well, Andy, what do I mean by that? What I mean is that oftentimes we kick off, and we start off a lot of times by first telling people about our products and telling people about our services. Now, there's nothing wrong with telling people about your products and services. The only issue with that is that we need to connect before we sell. In other words, instead of leading off trying to tell people about, here are my products, here are my services, here's why you need to buy, we want to first be able to connect with people first, be able to share and tell our story, create a genuine connection between ourselves and our prospects, create a connection between ourselves and the people that we want to do business with, and attach a story to our products and our services, because by doing so, we're going to get them to be willing to lean into what it is that we have as opposed to lean out. So what do I mean by that? What I'm saying to you is this. Instead of leading with the cart, in other words, starting off by telling people, here are my products, here are my services, what I am suggesting is that you take the time to lead off first with your story. And the reason why we want to do that is because by you sharing and telling your story, you're creating a connection with people first. And now that you've created a connection and they're leaning into what you have to say, then we can go ahead and connect that connection to our products and to our services. I want you to write this down. Attention is the new currency. You see, a lot of you, you've got a phenomenal product. You got a phenomenal service. You're making amazing things happen. The only thing is that you're not necessarily getting the attention that you need for your products and your services. And so what we've got to do is we got to be able to get people's attention, keep their attention, and then direct that attention to our products and to our services. And one of the best ways that we do that is basically by leveraging and sharing our story, right? So one of the things I want you to start thinking about is stop leading with just trying to tell people about your products and services, but rather what would be the story that you can share to get people interested in learning more about your products and services. Why? Because people don't buy your products and services. They buy the story attached to your product and services. And there are too many of us. Here's what we're doing. We're trying to sell people on the mattress when we should really be selling them on a good night's sleep. You say, well, Andy, hold on, rewind. What you talking about, Willis? What are you talking about? Here's what I mean by that. When we talk about selling people on the mattress, when we're selling people on the mattress, you're trying to overly describe your products and services, right? Whatever your products and services are. Maybe if you got a product, you're like telling them, hey, this is what my product is made of. This is how it's produced. It's organic. It's this, it's that. Or if you have a service, you're letting them know, hey, we're going to take good care of you. We're going to make sure we look out for you. And guess what? You're supposed to do those things, especially if you take people's money, right? But we get so caught up trying to describe people the mattress. So here's what I want you to envision. Someone goes to an actual mattress sales store, and the salesman or saleswoman is trying to describe to them the amount of cotton that's inside the mattress, how big the pillow top is. They're trying to describe where all the materials come from. And at the end of the day, the person who's buying the mattress, what do they really want? They want to get a good night's sleep. Yep. They want to get a good night's sleep. So instead of just trying to sell them on the mattress, if that person wants to do a better job of engaging them and enrolling them, what they want to do is share stories about past people who've come in and share a story how that mattress has helped people to get to a better outcome. And what's the better outcome? A good night's sleep. Another way for you to think about it is instead of selling people on the airplane, nobody cares. When you get on the airplane, you don't care about what the thread count of the carpet is. You don't care about the blend of the seat, the fabric blend of the seats that you sit on. You know what you care about? All you care about is making it to your destination safely. And so I want you to understand this. We need to start doing a better job when we get in front of our prospects, when we get in front of our potential clients. We need to do a better job of talking about the destination, talking about the results that we're going to help them to produce, talking about how we're going to be able to help them, and doing that specifically through stories as opposed to just trying to describe the airplane, because nobody really cares about the airplane. Everybody get that? If you're picking up what I'm dropping right now, do me a favor right now. Drop it in the chat. Put yes, 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 yes. Now, I want to make sure you understand. What I'm sharing with you is really just a real quick sample. If you are an entrepreneur and you realize that you are committed to taking your business to the next level, because you understand that you are the spokeswoman or the spokesman of your brand. You understand that if you could do a better job of talking about your products and your services, that you would get more people to say yes to your products and your services. You'd get more people to be willing to buy from you. Then I want to extend an invitation to you, and we're going to drop the link, right? And I got a couple more gems that I want to drop with you, but I want to extend an invitation for you to join me for my Unleash Your Story Challenge. This is a powerful 3-day challenge. We're kicking off tomorrow at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And over the course of 3 days, we'll be spending some time together each day for about an hour if you are just registering at the free level, or we'll be spending about 2 hours together if you are registering at the VIP level. And I recommend that you join me at the VIP, because as a VIP, we're going to be doing our private Q&A. I'm also going to be doing a bonus masterclass. I'm going to be answering your additional questions. I'm going to be breaking down additional frameworks, also helping you with some of the mindset things that are required to be able to not only work on the message, but also work on the messenger. Who's the messenger? The messenger is you. So I want to invite you to my Unleash Your Story Challenge, which is kicking off tomorrow. So like we could not have gotten together at a better time, because the challenge is happening tomorrow. It is free, but I do recommend that you upgrade and join us at the VIP level, because I know, especially speaking to this community of the Black nurse entrepreneurs, that y'all are some VIPs, okay? How do I know this? Because number one, that you're a part of this particular group. Number two, entrepreneur is in your name, meaning you're either an entrepreneur or you're an aspiring entrepreneur, right? And to be, as entrepreneurs, we're always wanting to level up. We're always wanting to take ourselves to the next level. So let me tell you, when you join me for the Unleash Your Story Challenge, day number one is going to be all about positioning your story, how to position your story so that you can get the attention of your ideal customer, of your clients, and immediately be able to use your story to be able to attract more of the people you want to do business with. Day two is about helping you to identify what the right story is for you to actually be able to share with those prospects, with those customers, and with those clients. And then day three is all about how you leverage the story to be able to generate additional income in your business. And then for those of you that join me in the actual VIP level, you're going to unlock a bonus day 4 masterclass. And during that, I am going to be pulling up people real time, making over their story, and then coaching everybody else who's not in the hot seat as to what I am doing and why I'm doing it, so that you could see real time someone's story that you're like, oh, that story didn't seem very clear. You're going to see how it's being transformed and how that story can now be used as a money magnet lead generating machine. So here's what we're going to do right now. I want you to do this right now. Like, don't waste any time. We're dropping the link, and this link is unique for this community. We're dropping the link for you right now. Go ahead and click on the link and secure your spot right now for the Unleash Your Story Challenge. And like I told you, right after you secure your spot, you're going to be invited for an opportunity to go ahead and upgrade to VIP. You want to join us at VIP. You're getting an additional $1,000 worth of bonuses in the VIP. You're going to be participating in the private Q&A sessions with me every day. I go live for everybody who's there free, and then afterwards, I turn off the live for everyone who's free, and then in a private Zoom room, I'll be with just the VIPs to answer your questions, break additional things down, break down some of the same frameworks that for some of my clients who pay thousands and thousands of dollars, for many of my corporate clients, the same framework I'll be sharing in the VIP session. In addition to that, as a VIP, you're going to get access to all of the recordings. As a VIP, you're also going to unlock a day 4 masterclass. And then as a VIP, you are also going to get access to my ultimate story structure blueprint template, which is the same template that I've used for the story that I told you that got featured by Goldcast that has 5.9 million views. And it's the same template that I've used to speak for companies like Bacardi, Office Depot, NASA, Accenture, Pratt & Whitney. So like, you want to get access to this stuff. And not only that, you're going to want to go back through in the replays, which is why you want to make sure that you take advantage of the actual VIP, right? Super, super important there. So I got to say this, because this is one of those areas that I feel like so many entrepreneurs are struggling with. Like, we get caught up and we start believing that there's something wrong with us, or we start believing that there's something wrong with our products or something wrong with their services. And I'm going to be the first one to tell you, considering that you know that your products or services can add value for you, there's nothing wrong with your products and services. What's probably causing you the frustration is that you need to strengthen your messaging, right? Because what happened is, you know that you can create value for people. You know your products and services are going to bless them. But what probably is happening is, when you are talking about your products and your services or what it is that you do, you're not getting people to really see the value like they should. And because they're not fully seeing the value, they're not taking action. And then what happens is, you end up getting frustrated because you're not producing the results that you want. And then if you're not careful, you'll give yourself a false narrative, and it'll cause you to start playing small, or even worse, cause you to go ahead and quit. And what I'm trying to get you to understand is that a lot of it is just the fact that we got so busy doing the stuff. We got so busy, like writing the book, launching the coaching program, like putting our services together that we're offering, putting together the product, that we didn't slow down to say, wait a second, what's going to drive people to our books, to our products, to our services? It's our message. And so if you didn't take the time to really strengthen your message, guess what? That's going to create a whole lot of frustration, because of the fact that you know that you have something, you know that you have something compelling, but then what happened is the message is just not strong enough. So it's like, you got the goods, but you're just not necessarily doing the best job of communicating how people are going to benefit from your products and from your services, right? Which is why we got to slow down for a moment, take a time out, and take a moment to go ahead and craft our message. Now, here's another thing that some of you also are trying to figure out. You're thinking like, okay, Andy, I got my story, but what does my story really have to do with my business? Like, how, I don't get it. Like, what is my story going to do to help me in my business? And it's like one of those things that we forget. it doesn't matter what your business is. At the end of the day, the people you're looking to do business with, they're individuals, human beings just like you. And you and I are more likely to do business with people that we know, like, and trust. But then the question becomes how they get to know you, how they get to like you, and how they get to trust you. They get to know, like, and trust you through your story. And so what we do is we find the right story that can get us to connect with our ideal customer and client, get them to feel a genuine connection between us and them. And then once we get that genuine connection, we direct that connection over to our products and our services. And there's a unique way to do that. But the thing is, it can be done. But the only thing is we just have to know how to properly be able to craft and share our story. And so that's why I'm like super, super excited. Like, I can't wait for those of you that are making the decision to join us for the Unleash Your Story Challenge, because during the challenge, it's all about helping you to be able to identify what that story is and giving you some frameworks on how that story ties into you being able to attract more of your ideal customers and also being able to increase the results that you are producing. So once again, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and drop the link. We'll drop the link for you real quickly for the Unleash Your Story Challenge. You'll see the link. So you want to go ahead and use that link to go ahead and secure your spot for the Unleash Your Story Challenge. But in addition to that, like I told you, you want to make sure you go ahead and upgrade to VIP. And the reason why you want to come to VIP is because you're going to get so many additional goodies in VIP. You're going to participate in the private VIP only Q&A sessions. You are also going to unlock a day 4 bonus masterclass with hot seats. You're going to get access to all the replays. And in addition to that, you are also going to get access to our ultimate story structure template, which shows you how to be able to structure your story in a way where you can get people's attention, keep their attention, and then direct it to your products and your services. So Alviana, this is the thing, man. Like, I'm so excited that I get opportunity to come and kick it with you in the community. I'm so excited, as you know, for the upcoming challenge. I mean, we just came off of an amazing couple of days in Atlanta, Georgia, in a room full of Black entrepreneurs who have 6-figure, 7-figure, and even 8-figure businesses. And as you know, one of the things that was absolutely amazing was the time that we got spent together where we were able to see the light bulbs go off for people, where I helped them to make the connection between their story and their business, and making them realize that one of the big missing links that they've had is being able to share their story in a way where they could get the attention of their ideal customer and client and then direct that attention so that they could get more people to buy their products and their services. So, you know, I'm just super excited we get the opportunity to kick it. And I'm just curious for you if there's anything else that sort of comes up that we could just share, you know, because I know I had an opportunity, what I did, like a 3-hour session. We were together, right? I'm trying to see if anything else that you'd like for me to share or comes up or something you want to ask that specifically benefits this amazing community that you have. Because, you know, of course, I want everybody to join us for the challenge, but I also want to make sure that while they're here and hanging out with us, that we also are able to create some value for them.
Let me ask you really quickly, and thank you again for just blessing our BNE unique community today. Definitely the challenge. I'm excited for it because, like I said in one of my posts earlier today, I'm like, I got to sit in on the workshop just for a few hours, and I got a taste of what that was like. So I'm like, if the challenge is 3-4 days, I know it's going to be fire, and I'm excited because I know I've personally struggled with trying to get the story out exactly. What's the right messaging during the right time? And I think one of my biggest takeaways of what you said was strategic storytelling, being able to really strategically do it. You can tell the story all day and all night, but is it really serving the purpose? Are you really constructing it in a way where it connects with the audience? And so strategic storytelling was my biggest takeaway. If you can, by chance, if you can you tell us the story about your dog? Can you share that with us?
Yeah.
Okay, share that with us because that's a very unique story, and I think people will really grasp the concept of storytelling.
Yeah. So, you know, Aviana's talking about my dog, Jasmine. So Jasmine, unfortunately, is no longer with me, but I remember I went in and I went to go take a jog one day with Jasmine. I came home, and as soon as I got home, I noticed that she was a little bit off balance, and she kept like scraping her paws on the ground when she was walking. So I was like, well, something clearly is wrong with Jasmine. So I took her to go see the vet. The vet's name is Dr. Lozier. And Dr. Lozier ran some tests, and she came back in the room, and she was like, Andy, I got some pretty bad news for you, but there is something that we could do that's going to help you out. So she said, unfortunately, Jasmine has a degenerative disease. It's called degenerative myopathy. And it's an autoimmune disease. And over time, it is going to get worse. However, we could slow the pace of this autoimmune disease. And one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to have to give Jasmine these steroids. So she actually prescribed, I even know they prescribe these type of pills for a dog. So she prescribed my dog prednisone, right? Many of you nurses, you're familiar with that. So I'm thinking, okay, cool. She gave me these pills. As soon as I get home, I know exactly what I'm going to do to get Jasmine the pills. So I get home, and the first thing I think is, okay, cool. I'm going to give Jasmine her food, and I'm going to take these pills, and I'm going to just stick it in her food. And so I remember I took the pills, I put it in her food, and I called Jasmine, come eat. And Jasmine came over to the bowl, and Jasmine cleared the bowl out. You hear me? She cleared it out. She ate everything in the bowl. However, what do you think she left in the bowl? She left the pill, right? That's it. She left the pill. So then I'm like, okay, she left the pill. And I'm like, I know she's got to take these pills. So then I took the pill out of the bowl, and I tried to force it down Jasmine's mouth. Well, let me tell you something right now. She didn't bite me, but she gave me a warning. And she was like, dude, I'm not taking these pills. And German Shepherds are not dogs you want to get bitten by. And so she gave me a very, like, she put me on notice, like, dude, do not try to force these pills down my mouth. So I'm thinking she won't take it in her food. I can't force it down her mouth. What am I going to do? So I call up the vet. I'm like, hey, Dr. Lozier, I tried to give the pill to Jasmine. I put it in her food. She didn't want to eat it. Tried to force it down her throat. She wouldn't take it. What do I do? So Dr. Lozier was like, look, do you have any peanut butter? I was like, yeah, I got peanut butter, but like, are we having the same conversation? She's like, listen, do you have, I was like, I got peanut butter. She said, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take some peanut butter, put it in your hand, and then put the pill inside the peanut butter. I'm like, what? Do what? She's like, just listen to me. So I ended up going back in the kitchen, and I pull out the peanut butter. I had to take a big old gooey scoop, peanut butter, put it in my hand, and I take the pill, and I put the pill inside the peanut butter. And I called Jasmine over. I'm like, hey, Jasmine, come here. And I put my hand out. Here's the thing. She ate all of the peanut butter, but in the process, she also ate the pill. Now, why do I share this with you? Because here's what I want you to understand. Your products and your services, it's the pill. It's the medicine. We know that your prospects are going to benefit from your products and also from your services. The only thing is what many of us are doing, we're doing like what I tried with Jasmine. We're trying to throw it at them, right? I threw it in the food. I threw the pill in the food. They don't like that, right? Then the next thing is that didn't work. I try to force it down our throat. And the other thing is we get frustrated. People aren't buying our products and services. We start trying to force our message down, start trying to do more social media shares, send out more emails. We're doing everything to force it down their throat. But here's the thing. We just need something that's going to make it so much more palatable. And what we got to do is we got to take those products and those services and the things that we have, and we got to put it in the peanut butter. And you say, well, what's the peanut butter? The peanut butter, it's your story, right? It is the stories that you tell about your products and your services that makes it so much more palatable, that makes it so that people actually want to consume it, that gets people really, really excited about it. I mean, I remember myself as a little kid one time coming down with like a fever and a really bad cold. And my mom tried all these over-the-counter medicines and none of it was working. And growing up in a Caribbean household, I remember my mom and my grandma going in the backyard and they were like, oh, I know exactly what. And they came back with this bush. I was like, what is this bush? And they put it in the kettle and they started boiling it. And they came back, they're like, here's this tea for you to drink. And I remember when they gave me the tea, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so disgusting. It was the most bitter, the most nasty tea. But the crazy thing is, it actually helped me to feel better. But the thing is, anytime I got sick again, I would fake and pretend that I was feeling good so I could avoid eating that tea. But guess what? Now I'm a father and I got a 5-year-old daughter. Her name is Ava. And let me tell you something. The moment that Ava even has any little symptom of feeling sick, she is begging me for medicine. And the reason why is because when I walk her over to the kitchen and I open up that medicine cabinet, she started looking up. She's like, oh, Daddy, I want that one or that one. Why? Because the medicine is like grape, it's cherry, right? It's all these good flavors. And then even when I give her the medicine, she's like, Daddy, can I get some more? I'm like, no, girl, this thing says you get 5 milliliters, right? Or even sometimes she don't feel good. She'd be like, Daddy, I don't feel good. Can I get some more medicine? And so you figure out what's the big difference. Back then, my mom was giving me this tea. It was good for me, but it tasted horrible. Now they've wisened up and they're like, we gonna give the medicine some flavor. And so here's what I'm saying. It's time for you and I to start giving some flavor to our products, some flavor to our services. And how do we give it the flavor? We give it the flavor by learning how to put it inside of stories. And so instead of just trying to sell your products and services, what we want to do is we want to tell compelling stories that attracts people to our products and our services. And then we could also be able to tell the stories that not only attracts them, but the stories that get them to understand how they're going to benefit. So listen, I can't wait. I cannot wait for you all to join me for the Unleash Your Story Challenge. We kick off tomorrow at 12 o'clock. And by the way, remember, if you have something going on as a VIP, you're going to get access to all of the recordings anyway. So if for some reason you're missing part of the challenge, you can't be there the whole time. Like I told you, you want to do 2 things. Number 1, you want to join me for the Unleash Your Story Challenge. Unleash Your Story Challenge. Alviana and her team are dropping the link. Go ahead and secure your spot. The link has already been dropped. We're dropping it again so that you could do that. But the most important thing is after you go ahead and join us, upgrade to VIP. And the reason why is because as a VIP, you're going to be with me in the VIP only Q&A sessions. As a VIP, you're going to get access to all the recordings. As a VIP, you're going to also get access to my Ultimate Story Structure Blueprint. And as a VIP, you're unlocking a day 4 masterclass with bonus hot seats. As a VIP, you're getting $1,000 of additional value for really, you guys, $97, okay? $97. So the challenge itself is free, but I'm telling you guys, especially me knowing who's in this community, you guys want to join me at the VIP level because you're going to get so much additional value and I'm going to be able to answer your questions directly. And let me tell you something, I can't wait. I really can't wait. And I'm so excited that I got this opportunity to be able to come here and hang out with all of you. You know, I've been hearing, I got another one of my friends. We've had quite a few people who've graduated from my Master Storyteller Academy that are nurses, current nurses, retiring nurses, nurses that are starting their own business. And one of my friends who is also an alumni of my Master Storyteller Academy has been talking to me about Alviana and her amazing community, the Black nurse entrepreneurs, and been telling me like, man, there's this amazing, amazing community of Black nurses who are entrepreneurs, are aspiring entrepreneurs. And she was saying, man, you really want to connect with Alviana and you want to connect with the community. So like, it's so crazy. Like this conversation was happening just a couple of days ago and here it is. It's already happened. So like, I'm so excited to be here hanging out with all of you. And I'm looking forward to all of you who are joining me for the Unleash Your Story Challenge, and especially for those of you that are hanging out with me in the VIP level. And, you know, Aviona, like, let me just tell you, I'm so excited to, number 1, have met you because you are a legend. I was already hearing about you before we had the opportunity to connect. And I am just like so proud of the community that you have built here, right? Because you think about nurses are the ones that are serving people at like the highest level.
Yep.
But you guys have been given the ability to be able to like, you know, care for people and have a heart. And I think that there's no better group of people to either go into entrepreneurship or be entrepreneurs because you guys know how to serve at the highest level. And so why not take this gifting that God is already giving you, this calling that you have, and magnify it, right? By making sure that you use this calling that's been put on your life and find a way to monetize it by becoming entrepreneurs and so forth. And so I get excited when I'm able to empower people who already are on purpose, already are making things and helping them to take what they're doing to the next level. So I'm looking forward to just serving all of you. during the challenge. I'm looking forward for those of you that I'll have an opportunity to continue to work with and helping you in the future to be able to craft and build out your stories so that you can be able to grow and scale your business.
That sounds exciting. That's what we try to do, and I think it's unique. Nurses have a lot of stories. We see a lot, we hear a lot. A lot happens, so we have a lot of stories. But again, I think it goes back to being strategic about how we're telling them, so that they connect with our audience, our target audience. Because sometimes our target audience at the hospital is actually slightly different than who we're serving in our companies, and so we need to be able to target those people and serve them to the highest level. So I appreciate you coming in. I want you guys to drop in the comments if you enjoyed this. I know I did. I dropped the link down in the comments as well as in the description. So I look for it. I will be there tomorrow. I know Dr. V has gotten her ticket already. I know Tamika has signed up. Um, I need to reach out to Audrey. We got to see Audrey at the event when I brought her to connect with you. So I need to make sure she's in the building, see if she can come join us too. But there's a lot of nurses in this community that have told me, in years past about you. So I'm glad again that we were able to connect. And I look forward to B&E being in the building. I don't know. I don't know if you're ready for the nurse takeover because you're going to look up on the
Hey,
screen and it's going to be a
let
lot
me
of
say,
nurses.
we are ready for the nurse takeover. We get excited. We love it. This community, it's crazy because we already have naturally, and I think it's because, there are so many nurses that, in their profession have also been burnt out. But in addition to that, they see additional like opportunity and additional value that they can create. And so, I'm super excited, right? I'm just super excited. I see also shout out to Tamika, McKinley, Viola Pierce, who not only already registered, but they're also joining us at the VIP level. So I'm super excited. And I can't wait. I can't wait tomorrow for the kickoff of the Unleash Your Story Challenge. It's going to be amazing.
It is. So thank you guys for joining us. I want to remind everyone this is actually a nice segue. And I always believe that God is very intentional about the people he places in our life. And so this is a nice segue right into our conference, the Execute conference that's coming November the 29th through December the 1st. And we're executing. So I need you guys to execute, get quicker about joining stuff, getting quicker about investing in ourselves. Don't wait. Don't think about it. Just do it so that we can grow and grow collectively together as a community. So I'll see you tomorrow. I will see you in Dallas, November 29th, December 1st. And we're going to enter into the new year ready to rock and roll. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Andy. I appreciate you. And I look forward to everybody. They say find love on the best days. Like, that's funny. I look forward to everyone coming out and being just served at the highest level. So thank you. Have a good one.
All right, everybody. Bye-bye.